everybody's wondering when's the trailer going to drop, and yeah, I mean, we've been talking about it. I threw my prediction way back when that it would probably come around the time of the Black Phone, the end of June. That's of course come and gone. We didn't get the trailer yet. The reshoots. It's not really reshoots. It's additional filming. Um, Often incorrectly, usually incorrectly referred to as reshoots. The additional filming in Savannah, that's already happened. And that's come and gone now. So here we are now. It's July 4th. We're exactly 3 months and 10 days from the release of Halloween Ends. It's obvious the marketing is about to kick off. So could the trailer drop tomorrow? Of course it could. Could a poster or something happen first? I do think that's probably what will happen first. But some people, some of you guys, some comments have asked us, you know, are you worried with the additional filming? Are you worried that marketing hasn't started yet? What does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? Um, Again, I just want to reiterate that I don't think it's a big deal. I think it's everything that is going on with the marketing is what Universal already had planned. The additional filming did not delay anything, and we have a little more evidence of that. It's because this is kind of the way things are going now. Movies are not getting hyped out as far out as they traditionally have been. Even big movies, even massive. The new Thor movie, for example, opens this week. Disney didn't even drop the first teaser for that film. Big, highly anticipated Marvel sequel, right? You'd think they'd drop it anywhere from 8 to 12 months out. They've done it in the past. They've certainly done it for things like Star Wars, big things like, big movies. It was about a little over 100 days before the release of Thor. So, using that as a gauge, let's look at what Universal is doing with Halloween Ends. Just for the record, it is currently, as we're recording this on July 4th, just over 100 days or so from the theatrical release of Halloween Ends. Just saying. Over here on Twitter, John Squires, many of you should know him as the editor-in-chief of BloodyDisgusting.com. And this is what he tweeted on June 29th. He says, for what it's worth, I don't think delayed marketing right now is a sign of anything other than shifting marketing strategies. And then he mentions specifically Halloween Ends and the upcoming Stephen King adaptation of Salem's Lot. He says, you name it, since the pandemic, studios have started to target marketing much closer to release. It's become the norm. We've talked about this before that, this film being released now is very different than obviously how Kills was released last year. Everything released last year, it was still in the middle of everything. Theaters were not all the way back open. Capacity was still restricted. There were so many regulations still going on throughout 2021. It was a very different, very fluid release strategy for everything at that time. And then, of course, 2018, we were in a different era than we are in now. Even theatrical windows are shorter now for everything than they've ever been. They were already getting much shorter pre-pandemic, but compared to now, this year, 2022, shorter than ever. And that's part of that was inevitable with streaming, and now we're in the streaming wars and this new era of everything streaming. But part of it was absolutely kind of accelerated due to events out of any of our control in the last 2 years. So we go back to John Squires, who again, maybe he knows something that we don't know, some privileged info that he's privy to. Maybe he doesn't, but as somebody who is editor-in-chief of the leading genre website that we all visit, I mean, I go there at least once a day, if not more, BladeDisgusting.com. I mean, God bless them. I mean, they're my favorite website that I go to, so, I mean, yeah, so when he says that this is the new norm and this is what you expect. I mean, Salem's Lot's coming out roughly a month before Halloween Ends, and Warner Brothers still has not even um, launched a teaser for that yet. Uh, so it's just another reassurance, I guess, that there are not problems with the film. It's not that the studio execs watched that private screening and they said, we hate this. You got to go back and film more stuff. Obviously, there was feedback, though, or they wouldn't have done additional filming. Obviously, there was, hey, we need to amp these areas up a little bit, or we need to add a little clarification here, whatever it might be. We, as I've said before, we might never know the details of that. I hope we do. I hope we can get all the details and eventually. But so we go back over here to Twitter real quick. And John Squires, again, editor-in-chief, Play Disgusting, a few days ago, he had this conversation with the Twitter account GhostMyers1996. And they get into a conversation about Halloween Ends. And Ghost Myers essentially says that, you know, we as fans, as the Michael Myers fan community would really love just any content, any kind of info on the sequel, because again, we know so little about Halloween Ends. I mean, I've talked about this before. We know so little at this point, and that's kind of a special thing, and we need to cherish that. And I'm going to say that now, and I'll say that later, but enjoy it now, because who knows when things are going to change. But John's response should be noted. He says it's coming very, very soon. Now, I know soon could mean anything, and it probably means not that much. But it's that second very that gets my attention a little bit more than just one very or just one soon. Does he know something we don't? I have no idea. But I think it's just very it doesn't take a genius to know. Like I said last week, it doesn't take a genius to know that the marketing is going to kick off any day now. While we're on the subject of when it might happen, when the trailer might drop, when that first look is going to drop, Halloween Ends and Halloween Kills and Halloween 2018 producer Ryan Freeman, he works with Malika Akkad, of course, at Trinkus. He recently shared a pretty awesome Instagram post, honestly, where he well, let me just pull it up here and I'll show you what I mean. I hope you guys saw the news about one of this year's other highly anticipated Halloween horror releases, Terrifier 2. They have a release plan now. I did a report on it last week. By the way, I think it might be time to start doing Terrifier Tuesday live. Let me know what you think about that idea, if you're an Art the Clown fan. But Ryan Freeman of Trinkus, Halloween producer, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends producer, Ryan Freeman on Instagram gave a shout out to the Terrifier 2 team and congratulated them, which I thought was awesome, keeping all the Halloween horror love together. I love it when my favorite things come together. And of course, someone asked in the comments about Halloween Ends content, and Ryan Freeman responded, much like Jason Blum has, similar to how John Squires did. simple word, soon. And I know that can mean anything. I think it just reinforces what we already know, that it is going to begin. The marketing is going to begin pretty much any day now. He gives an even spicier answer, though, when another fan gets a little demanding and says, "You should tell us when marketing for Ends will begin." And he answers, quite honestly, I have to add, between now and October. So there you go. Uh, of course, Ryan adds, and more snarky answers will follow if you tell me what to do. So clearly having a little fun with the fans, trying to demand when the marketing is going to begin, and more precisely demanding that they know when the marketing is going to begin. Like I've said, guys, let's enjoy this. Let's just cherish this anticipation. Let's live in this moment for just a little bit, because when you say, hey, the trailer could drop tomorrow or a poster could drop tomorrow, you know, we're not going to see any of that stuff for the first time, except for when we see it for the first time. So we have to try to just enjoy this anticipation, live in this moment, and not rush things, because it's going to be here. It's going to be here real soon, and this is very obvious. It's also on the mind of course, the great Jamie Lee Curtis, who on that same day, believe it or not, also posted about Halloween Ends. Did you guys see this? A couple of days ago, this is from her photo shoot with Entertainment Weekly, um, prior to the release of Halloween 2018. And her caption here is simple. She says, "Waiting for endings is a bitch. 15 weeks." She tags everyone involved. And that's a great, awesome photo of Jamie Lee Curtis and her on-screen nemesis for the last 44 years. So clearly it's starting to be on her mind as well.